Good evening, Catamounts. My name is Hugh Janvier.
And I'm Gable Pierce, and this is your campus news presented by WeTV Catamount Entertainment.
With Halloween right around the corner, why not get into the spirit with some good old pumpkins? On October 13th, Students Against Sexual Assault Organization will be hosting a pumpkin paint on the UC lawn from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. for the low price of $5. Whether you're feeling spooky, wanting to channel your inner Picasso, or just feel like having a good old time, the UC lawn's the place to be.
Join members of the hit TV show Wild 'N Out for a comedy show at the Ramsey Center on October 27th at 8 p.m. Watch Wild 'N Out cast members including Conceited, Rip Michaels, Ocean, and Emmanuel Hudson combine their unique sketch comedy with rap and their unique Atlanta attitude. The admissions for students is free, and for faculty it's $8, and the outside public is $10.
Ever feel like relaxing, trying to find peace within your soul, but you just feel too lazy to move? On Thursday, October 19th, Chad Halliburton will be hosting various relaxation exercises such as chair yoga, breathing techniques, and guided meditation. For more information, head to WCU Engage.
Senior reporter Liam Bridgman dives deep into housing problems on college campuses. Take a look.
Public four-year university enrollment rates have risen by more than 11% since 2021. Because of this, many UNC system schools have been forced to find alternative housing solutions for many of their students. This places a massive stress on admissions and residential living offices, as seen throughout the UNC system. In 2022, North Carolina A&T was forced to place 100 students in a hotel. In 2023, UNC Charlotte was forced to relocate about 450 students to temporary housing. But they weren't alone. The University of North Carolina Wilmington saw their own housing problem in the fall of 2023. Simply put, the school didn't have enough space for the number of students they let in. This left Kevin Meany, Director of Housing and Residential Life at UNCW, in a tough position. The solution for Meany and his staff? Convert common areas and TV lounges into housing spaces.
Listen, it's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination.
Meany says in a typical year, admissions offices see a melt in the number of students after July 4th. But for UNCW, that melt never occurred.
In our first year class, which was 2,600 residents, we only had 30 no-shows the first weekend, and 28 of them actually ended up coming the Monday and Tuesday before classes. So we only had two no-shows.
To provide context on the admissions side of the issue, I talked with WCU's Director of Undergraduate Admissions, Mike Langford. Langford said the admission process isn't as simple as just getting applicants and hoping for the best.
It is a numbers game. It's not an exact science. Enrollment is never just pinpoint.
Langford says many admissions offices like WCU's use formulas or data to predict patterns of student enrollment. In UNCW's case, the formula just didn't work in 2023. Because of that, Meany was caught off guard, along with students and parents. Meany said, in hindsight, UNCW should have been talking with families about the possibility of alternative housing as far back as the summer.
You should be talking about whatever you call it. I call it overflow housing. You should be talking about it during first year orientation if you do a summer orientation. You should be saying things like, hey, if we're oversubscribed, understand that we may go to a system where we're using lounges, we're using, because it's the ethical thing to do, it's the honest thing to do, but also it helps prepare people.
Meany said UNCW wasn't hiding the problem, they just didn't think it was going to end up the way it did. The issue at UNCW has not yet been resolved. As of October 3rd, 93 UNCW students were still living in converted common spaces, but Meany says he and his residential staff at UNCW are actively working to find a place for students in normal residence hall rooms. Reporting for WeTV, I'm Liam Bridgman.
More on this story. In my conversation with Mike Langford, he assured me that the issue at UNC Wilmington would not happen here at WCU. Langford works closely with residential living each year to make sure they both are on the same page throughout the admission process each year. To get a further in-depth look at this story, pick up the upcoming edition of the Western Carolinian. Back to you, Gable.
Thank you, Liam. The Bardo Art Center is embracing the Day of the Dead season with a full screening of its inspired Disney movie, Coco, with a Spanish showing and English subtitles Monday, October 23rd at 7:30, and an English showing Thursday, October 24th at the same time, with an included performance of the score of the film from award-winning composer Michael Giacchino. Ticket prices presented in the season pass for the Bardo Arts Center at $5 per student.
Well, it's that time of year again, a time when stress can be told to sit so far back on the bus, you'd swear you'd stay running behind the bus begging it to stop for the carnivals in town. On October 25th and 26th, the yearly Homecoming Carnival will be gracing us with its presence in the Central Plaza. Students can attend for free one day, with the other costing $10. Hope to see you there. But we've been going a bit fast, so we'll be right back with more campus news after this message.
Kids will be kids, which just goes to say kids will be curious. They get into everything, everything. If there's a loaded firearm in the house, they could get their hands on that too. Keeping firearms locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition in a place inaccessible to kids can help keep your loved ones safe from family fire. Safe gun storage saves lives.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Yeah.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Welcome back. We've had quite a week with sports, haven't we, Hugh?
Yes, sir, we sure have. Our sports anchor, Morgan Corson, has an update on our Catamounts.
Hello, Catamounts. My name is Morgan Corson. Catamount athletics have been busy, so let's jump right into it, starting with the women's volleyball team. The volleyball team opened up their month on Friday, October 6th, with a game at Sanford. Unfortunately for the Cats, they lost 0-3. They quickly came around, though. Their next game played 24 hours later at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, where the team was able to move on from the loss the previous night to come out on top to win 3-1. The win puts the Cats at a record of 5-12 and a conference record of 2-4. Friday, October 13th, they play against the UNCG Spartans at home, and that game starts at 6 p.m. Make sure to come out and support your team. Women's Shocker team showed up to play last week, winning both of the games they played. The first on Thursday the 5th versus Chattanooga, where the Cats won 2-0, with goals coming from Nia Mersel and Isabella DeMarco. The second game was also home, with the Cats winning 2-1 versus Mercer, the goal coming off the foot of Emma Sousey and Abby Leinhart. With those two wins, the women's soccer team is at a record of 8-3-3, with a SoCon record of 5-1-0. They return here to Colloy Senior Night on October 15th at 12 p.m. Now, on to the Catamount football team. Your Western Carolina Catamounts traveled into number 20 Chattanooga, winning a shutout 52-50. 53 seconds left in the game, the Cats down, won 49-50. Sophomore quarterback Cole Gonzalez marched the Cats 60 yards down the field, leaving 4 seconds for kicker Richard McCollum to kick the game-winning 32-yard field goal. Quarterback Cole Gonzalez threw for 276 yards and 3 touchdowns, And on the ground, the Cats were led by sophomore running back Desmond Reed, who wrapped up 211 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 15 carries. Unfortunately, though, Reed left the game in the middle of the third quarter with an apparent leg injury after his 58-yard touchdown. There are no updates at this time about the severity or the timeline for Reed's return. Now on the defensive side of the ball, Ken Moore had an interception, as well as Ed Jones IV, who had a pick 6 late in that fourth quarter to keep the Catamounts in the game. The Catamounts coming out of Chattanooga with the win. They have risen to number 14 in the FCS rankings, putting them at 5-1 on the season and 3-0 in the SoCon, with their only loss coming week 1 to Arkansas. This is the team's best record to open a season since 1974. The Catamounts are going to enjoy a much-deserved break this week before coming back against number 4 Furman at home Saturday, October 21st at 2:30 in the afternoon. Now, with the month of September over, the SoCon Monthly Awards have come out, with our very own Desmond Reed receiving Offensive Player of the Month in football. In September, Reed had 636 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns. Well, that's all for sports this week. Make sure and come out and support your Catamount athletics and enjoy your fall break. Back to you two.
Thanks, Morgan. I sure am ready to watch the Catamounts beat Furman next week. Hugh, what do you think about our Catamount football? I think they've started off well.
Well, I'm thinking a lot of things. I'm thinking they're doing pretty good, and more importantly, I could go with some gummies right about now. What about you?
I'm always in for some gummies. I also like chocolate, yeah?
Chocolate is pretty good. Anyway, back to the show. So this week, we have Hope Shellman in the studio sitting down, Cole Panachion, a WCU student and Honors Board member.
Hi there, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. We have another segment today called Not Just a Student, where we ask a student from the population to tell us about their extracurriculars and things they like to do outside of their college courses. So today we have Cole. Hi, Cole. Thanks for joining us today. So we wanted to hear a little bit about your experience with the Honors College and how you serve your community. Could you tell us what the Honors College is?
So the Honors College is like another part of the university, just a way for you to like further your education and to just get involved and do more things.
Oh, that sounds pretty interesting. So I hear that the Honors College is really big on community service. What aspects of community service interest you?
So I like to help people. I think if you do community service, I think you should go tell people. I know a lot of people just go in and do it to get like credit for something, or credit for a club, credit for an organization or school. But I think you should do it as something that you want to do. You should do it because you feel compelled and you want to help others.
That's great. So what type of community service projects do you like to do?
So I've done like a lot of different things. One thing I like to do is go and like volunteer at animal shelters. So we have a cat shelter off campus called Catamount 2, and so we like the Honors College. We go over there a lot and just like clean up and like pet cats. And we also like to go and like clean up around campus. Do different things.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite cat? I mean, I know you can't pick a favorite, but
Ooh.
Do you have one that like scratches the least?
Ooh. There's a little kitten named Flint.
Flint?
Flint was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give other students on how to get involved in their community?
I would say look for opportunities. Like for Western, we have something called Engage, where you can find different like community service opportunities. But you can kind of just do anything. If you want to do it, you'll find a way to do it. If you want to make it happen, you'll make it happen.
Is the Honors College a good place where if you had a community service idea to pitch it?
Yes. So the Honors College, so I'm in what's called the Honors Board of Directors. We do a lot of different things. One thing that we do is, so I'm the community service co-director, so we plan a lot of community service summits and stuff, and there's always like stuff going on. We do like multiple things among different fundraising things, just a lot of different things.
That's awesome. So what aspects or like what skills has the Honors College given you as a student that you want to carry forward?
So I'd say the Honors College, it helps further your like education, but also it teaches you to make things happen. So like this can be done in a lot of different ways, like honors contracts. If you want to like further your education in a sense, like with the class, you'll make that happen. You'll contact the professor and further by doing like another project or something, or it just teaches you to like do what you want to do.
Would you say that the Honors College has given you more leadership skills and being able to communicate with the student population better?
The Honors College has a lot of leadership skills. That's something I really liked about it. There's like so many different like committees and organizations within the Honors College that you can just find anything for you. There's not just like one thing. There's a ton of different things that you can do.
Well, that's pretty cool. Do you plan on continuing to serve your community after college?
I do. I plan, one thing, I like volunteering in soup kitchens. I did this a lot in high school, and that's like one thing I definitely want to continue doing, and volunteering at like animal shelters.
That's great.
I love animals.
Are there any soup kitchens in the area that people can volunteer at?
Yes. We have one. It's called United Christian Ministries of Jackson County. It's not a soup kitchen, but they always accept like food donations and different things. There's one called, I think it's called Food Table within Jackson County that we plan to volunteer at soon.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, are there any other aspects that you would like to highlight about your experience at the on the Honors College Board, about the Honors College, or just about community service in general?
So with the Honors College, one thing I really like about it is how it's like a tight-knit community. It's like student government. I know a lot of people get involved with student government, but that just feels like too big to me. With the Honors College and like student government kind of within that, it's just more of like a community. Like, you kind of get to know everyone. Like I know like all the honors staff now, which is something that never would have happened otherwise.
That's pretty
Like
great.
I know like all their names and I meet with them a lot, and it's really cool.
So you mentioned previously before our segment here that you wanted to be a physical therapy person. Do you think that the Honors College has helped you in that regard?
Yes, the Honors College can help like build connections as well with other professors, and it also it can help get you into grad school in a sense. It like does like really good like if you have a good GPA and different stuff, and then you also like are in the Honors College and really involved with that.
That's pretty cool. Is there a community service project that you want to propose that other people can get involved in?
So one thing people can do is apply for mini grants. These are basically like you apply for a grant to us, and you can do your own community service project, whatever you want to do.
That's great. And where can people go to learn more about the Honors College and Honors Board?
I would say just look up like WCU Honors College, and you can find a lot of different links about stuff that we do and the ways you can get involved.
All right, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Now, as the days get shorter and colder, I become a happy camper, but more importantly, the WeTV's own Alexander Hoffman has the latest on what you need to know about the weather. I guess we don't have the weather. That's life for you. You just don't have things prepared. This is life sometimes, you know. Climate change this, climate change that, but this is the real problems. But thankfully, we do have the weather, so all our problems are solved. Take it away.
All right, thank you, Hugh. So as you can see with our weather right here, we actually have a good range of weather going on over the next week, over fall break, for those of you that are still in the area. So first, right here for Friday, as you can tell, we have a partly cloudy day. So right over here, we have 61 degrees on average. It'll be nice range, 56 to 66 degrees for Saturday. As we all know, WCU also stands for We Carry Umbrellas, so I have mine right here. I'm hoping that all of you also have your umbrella as well. But for all intents and purposes, just remember to carry your umbrella. For Sunday, we have a low of 43 and a high of 58, so starting to get cooler, as you can tell. So kind of unfortunate, but most of our people here at Western won't be here. I will be, though, so that's cool. The next day, for Monday, you can see right here, we have a low of 39, so again, continuing to get colder and colder each day that we are here. But don't worry, the sun will be out for a good amount of the day, even though it's mainly cloudy. There will be some sun, so you'll get a little bit of that natural warmth. For Tuesday, even colder, as you can see, a low of 33. So kind of unfortunate again, we're getting very close to freezing, but don't worry, because then on Wednesday, we're getting warmer again. We have our low of 39 degrees and a high of a good 61. So getting warmer there again. So don't worry too much. And then finally, for Thursday, we have our low of 41 and a high of 62, and it's sunny. So that'll be a nice change of pace from everything else that we've dealt with over fall break. So thank you for tuning in today to WeTV, Catamount Entertainment. Stay warm out there. Go Cats.
Well, Hugh, you said you were a happy camper as it got colder, and you're not the only one.
That is right. Although, I think he's trying to steal our thunder, saying goodnight, Catamounts. And I don't appreciate that, do you?
Me neither. I think we should take it from here.
That's right.
That does it for us. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Campus News presented by WeTV, Catamount Entertainment. I'm Gable Pierce.
I'm Hugh Janvier. Have a good night, and as always, go Cats!